how does it go from working on your own and like really using like OCD on code, like having this deep passion, and then you open it to the rest of the world? Like, how do you maintain, or do you like maintain that culture of like, we need to do this properly? Because it's one thing to do that on your own and to, have everything in your head and see like this is how it should work, and then you put it out to the world. Um, how do you get people to collaborate on a project like that and maintaining this high quality?
Well, first, I think I put out a kind of a mission statement pretty early in the
Right.
project history that described Leaflet as being this like intentionally uh, minimal library focused on performance and lightweight, and saying that new features will be scrutinized heavily, and we'll try to remove features where possible, and we'll leave all the like additional functionality for the community to build plugins for, instead of adding it to the core library. So kind of the opposite philosophy to open layers at the time, that just to like added any feature you could think of. And back then, like when I started working on a mapping library, OpenLayers already had like 1 megabyte of JavaScript in its code, like hundreds of thousands of lines of code, and it was a massive amount back then. Like it's now. 16 years later, it's not a big deal if you load like few megabytes of JavaScript on a web page. But back then, your page browser freezed, your uh, c- computer would go like 100% CPU, and
Yeah.
everything would be super slow. So it was important to have this lightweight and to reject non-essential features. So I developed this kind of philosophy of focusing on the most important features, making them right. And that was my first talk in English, actually, when I went to Phosphogy conference in Minneapolis. That was my first ever international conference, was in 2013, and that's where I presented Leaflet and my philosophy around it. Like of and I think the talk was called "Simplicity in GIS" or something like that. Uh, I guess you can find the video now somewhere on Vimeo. Um, so yeah, that's what I tried to propagate early in the project, and I would have very strict pull request reviews, and try to only accept smaller contributions. So and it's a hard balance. At some point, you have to let it go. uh, it's difficult, but I guess with experience and time, you learn to trust other people, especially if you've worked with them for some time. And I'm extremely grateful for people that I met through Leaflet that stepped up and eventually became maintainers of Leaflet. So I'm like remaining uh, so-called benevolent dictator, but I trust other people for maintenance day to day Leaflet.
If you found this conversation interesting, you can watch the full episode right here. And all these conversations are also available as audio only podcast episodes. So if you want to listen to the full conversation, I'll have links in the description to the episode, to some of the most popular podcast apps like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever. Everything down below.